Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Cyberpunk 2077 video. Well, when you first start off playing Cyberpunk 2077, you're going to be greeted with one of the biggest choices that you're going to make at the beginning of the game. Your character's life path. That's right, your character path will define your gaming experience, where you start, who you know, who knows you, and many life path unique choices for every major quest that you're going to encounter. So in today's video, we're going to be going over all three of the life paths and figuring out which indeed is the best life path for you, so when the game comes out, you don't have to worry about choosing what path to take. You know which each of these paths will lead you to into Night City. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Now, when you first set out in Night City, you'll have the chance to pick up a backstory for your protagonist, V, as part of Cyberpunk's 2077 character's creation. Now, there are three options, each providing you with a different setup for your characters and your character status and the unique dialogue branches that will progress in the game. Now, the three Cyberpunk 2077 life paths are Corporate, Nomad, and Streer. Now, choosing a life path will not only give V a backstory, but it will determine which Night City district that you start the game in, as well as the characters you meet along the way. But not only that, it will also influence the relationship that you'll have with Jackie Wells, one of the main NPCs in the game. Now, this is determined by your chosen life path. If you're Corporate, Jackie is already a trusted friend and a partner. Now, and if you roll with Streer, well then Jackie becomes an ally after a botched deal. And for Nomad, they team up after a messy fight that they have in the Badlands. So, which path should you choose? Well, that's what this video is all about. Me personally, I'm torn right now between Streer and Nomad. Yes, indeed, your life path will determine your starting quest, and it is a huge question and a choice that we all will have to make. So, this will influence the people's reactions to you, your dialogue choices throughout the game, and even how some of your friendships and even romantic relationships will develop. Now, this choice will also mark your starting location in Cyberpunk 2077 and your path towards the main questline, your initial faction alliance, and will offer you some extra opportunities with side quests and important story junctures. But don't worry, all three of these paths will eventually lead you to meeting Jackie and then into Night City. So, first off, let's have a look at Nomad. Now, when it comes to Nomads are usually found in groups, but you'll start out alone in the Badlands, a wasteland spotted with derelict buildings where you'll meet Jackie Wells. Now, this Cyberpunk 2077 life path will take you from the stretch of desert that surrounds Night City all the way up to the border, where you'll get thrown into an interrogation with hauling precious cargo. Now, you'll also meet a sheriff on your travels who protects a remote town from the corruption and crime. Now, out here, there is no speed limits in the wasteland, and survival and values are dictated by tight bonds within the local tribes and members of this free society. Now, if you choose this path, the Nomad V will grow up with one of these local tribes. But, it's time for you to head out and hit the big city and find out what life is all about. Now, Nomad V will enter the game with unique experiences and knowledges of gangs, cars, and equipment. Now, you'll also have a very unique relationship with the Night City security ring. So that means you are familiar with certain parts of Night City as you walk around, and you can bypass some of its influence. So it turns out that Nomad is actually looking to be a very good place to start off Cyberpunk 2077. Next up, we'll have a look at Streer. Now, when it comes to Streer, Well, you know the city like the back of your hand. Immersed in the urban stroll, well, your connections run deep, and you got plenty of street creds and street smarts as well, which is always a good thing, especially in Night City. Now, your journey will begin in Coyote Kojo, in the Hayward Dive Bar, where you'll get plenty of friends and connections. Now, the bar is where you meet Kirk, a resourceful ally in Night City that will set you up on one of your first tasks, and Padre, an old friend of V's, an experienced fixer with his own personal driver. So, as a street kid, some of these people you may know, some of these people you may not know, but some of these people may know where you are from. The gangs, the fixers, even some mysterious strangers, and even police. The majority of these people you probably want to avoid, but then again, this is your relationship with Night City, the corporation as well as the people. Now, avoiding these people in higher positions does come with this cost, but Street Kid V will be armed with one thing that other pathways doesn't have. That is street knowledge. That's right, intuitive knowledge of the street. Basically, street smarts. Like an obscure gang will remain at least a little bit familiar, aggressive fixtures will be less threatening, and illegal drugs and black market exchanges, that won't surprise you. Street Kid V is the ultimate insider. You know how to fight the merciless social hierarchy of Night City, and you'll also have perks of knowing some of the inside people as well as the other local gangs. So definitely rolling with Street Kid is sounding like a very good way to go. Like I said, I'm personally torn between Street Kid and Nomad. Now, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have Corpo. Now, Corpo obviously is you taking a position as part of the corporation. Now, what corporation is this? Well, as a high pressure corporate position in the Osaka Corporation, you are an agent with a body filled with some of the highest military grade software and plenty of drugs. You'll start out in the Osaka Tower and you'll be able to explore the fast paced, non materialistic mega corporation. This is where you'll meet up with Agent Jenkins as you'll begin your story into Night City, as well as the Osaka Tower. Now, the Lizzie Bar is a place where you'll be able to group up with friends and probe the workings of internal affairs within the corporation. You'll also meet up with Jackie here, and with the Mox gang. Now, this path life will kind of have you going against the corporation as you're going to probably have to take out one of the bosses. Here you're going to get double crossed and Jackie comes in and help you save the day. That's how you meet Jackie. Now, exclusive to the corporation life pass is a character called Abernathy. Now, another Osaka executive envied by her subordinate Agent Jenkins. The corporate life path provides a light of insight into the twisted corporate life of the city, so it definitely has its perks when you choosing the Corpo lifestyle. Now, because you chose Corpo, your central location and ports already belong to this mega corporation, so you're going to have access to a lot of corporate assets. Now, they are going to trust you with some of the most sensitive intel jobs, and this time, Osaka stability depends all upon you. Now, what happens if this cold-blooded corporation turns against you? Well, that puts you in a very precarious situation. Now, where do you go when the most powerful organization in the city knows everything about you? Well, there's only a few things you can do, and that is to go against the big corpo. Now, these are some of the many questions that you'll have to figure out once your life falls apart if you choose this path. Now, if Osaka is one of the villains in Cyberpunk 2077 story, and you start off right there at the corporation, well, you have a little bit more intel as far as the inner workings of this boss. Now, you'll know most people in the city, but these will be the most powerful people in the city. You'll also know leaders of giant corporations with influence that spreads way beyond Night City. You can easily read between the lines with a lot of that corporate mumbo jumbo, and you'll know the system of mass surveillance inside and out. You find a way out of some of the most convoluted deals, and you keep a straight face in front of the most intimidating people. So, all three of these paths are awesome. You can't go wrong with either one. I am definitely going to play all three different paths. It's going to take a long time, but hopefully you'll tune in right here at Corpo Gaming to see all of the loveliness that is Cyberpunk 2077. And hopefully this video helped you make a choice when it comes to the life path that we're all going to have to make in just a few days. But for right now, that's pretty much going for the video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you truly enjoyed it. Once again, if you are new to this channel, hello and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. Right here at Karpo Gaming, I upload a wide variety of videos ranging from updates, tips, tricks, glitches, guides, news, videos, and a whole lot more. And don't forget, I am doing a Cyberpunk 2077 giveaway for the Rockstar Code Cans. Link will be down in the description. Good luck to everybody. Thank you, everybody, for all your love and support. And as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.